it is the final game of this 3-game series. Let's take a look at the Diamondbacks lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Ojeda, Burns, and then Felipe Lopez. He's got pretty good numbers against Johnson and only 8 at-bats, but nevertheless, good numbers. Tony Clark in the lineup, followed by Chris Young, Upton, Ryan Roberts, the first time the Giants have seen him, Chris Snyder, and then Max Scherzer.
All right, what do you say we take a look at the Giants defensively? They'll set it up this way with Lewis, Rowand, and Wynn. That's your outfield. Sandoval, Renteria on the left side of the infield. Burris, Ishikawa on the right side, and Benjamin Molina. He'll be in the squat doing the catching, putting down the fingers for the big unit. That's Randy Johnson, the 45-year-old, 6'10", 225-pounder, making his 3rd start of the year. Randy Johnson so far has shown us a couple different types of fastball that go between 88 and 93 miles per hour. A good hard slider, which has always been one of the best strikeout pitches in Major League history. And he'll also throw a changeup, which is a very good pitch for him. Making his first start ever against these Arizona Diamondbacks.
Here's Augie Ojeda, and the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. .73 degrees, first pitch at 105. And Johnson in the 0-1 to Ojeda, and a swing and a bouncing ball just foul down the third base line, and it's 0-2. Giants won on Friday night, 2-0, and then the Diamondbacks won yesterday, 2-0. So only 4 runs have been scored in this series. So you think the pitching's been good? You bet it has.
Well, both of these starting staffs were highly touted coming into the season, and they have not disappointed in this series.
And he gets Ojeda swinging. 1 out.
And that's the slider that has struck out so many. And he has definitely established this pitch with this location, just crashing across the plate, sliding towards the back foot. And that's a pitch that you kind of look as to when he's going to get it established. At times it's been taking him a couple innings to get it going. Well, not today. Beautiful day to pitch, a beautiful day to get loose. Nice and warm down there in the field.
Here's Eric Burns. Burns looks at a strike. Burns 1 for 7 in his career against Randy Johnson. And he pokes this one to right field. Randy Wynn coming over. He slides and he makes the catch. Wow.
Yeah, it's almost like we say it every day. I mean, nobody plays this right field position like Randy Wynn. It has a lot to do with the first step. I mean, this is unforgiving. You didn't get a lot of time, just kind of a poke, a little soft line drive. And Randy Wynn, who was playing over towards the gap, I mean, he had to get up and go, and his route had to be direct, and the timing on it was 6 inches above the ground. Beautifully done. Slides into it for style points.
And it keeps Johnson in the windup. And here's Felipe Lopez. And Lopez takes outside for a ball.
Lopez red hot. He's been the one guy that's been pretty consistent since the start of the year for the D-backs.
Fouls this one off the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lopez in the series is 3 for 8. Lopez led off on Friday and hit 3rd yesterday. So Bob Melvin moving that lineup around just like Bruce Bochy. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Doing the honors. Wally Bell behind home plate. Then it's Marty Foster, Marvin Hudson, and John Hirschbeck. So far it's been a good crew. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lopez. And it's low and in, 2-2. Start seeing managers move the lineups around, Mike, and as I mentioned, both guys doing it. It's usually an indication that both teams are struggling a little bit.
Well, that they are.
Strike three call, and that ends the inning. Johnson with a couple of strikeouts. Giants coming up. Be Fred Lewis in the leadoff spot. Check out that average, followed by Burris Wynn, Benji Molina, the cleanup hitter, Rowand Sandoval, Ishikawa 7th, Renteria 8th, Johnson 9th.
Defensively for the Arizona Diamondbacks, it's going to look like this. It'll be Burns, Young, and Upton. That's your outfield. Roberts, Ojeda, that's your left side of the infield. Lopez and Clark on the right side. Chris Snyder, the big fella, doing the catching and putting down the fingers for the right-hander Max Scherzer.
And Lewis takes a strike.
Just one start on the year for Scherzer. That was last Thursday against the Cardinals, where he's from. He's a Missouri boy, went to the University of Missouri. You saw his numbers. He's got a great fastball. It'll go 93 to 97. You'll see a lot of them. It's not just the velocity. It's lots of movement with it. There's a few changeups, not many, but he has a good hard slider to go with that good fastball. And he definitely pitches for the strikeouts.
3 pitches, and Fred Lewis has yet to have pulled the trigger.
Either he's not seeing them or he guessed wrong, and you don't see many guys lead off and guess on 2 strike counts.
Yeah, or maybe guess wrong 3 times.
It's a rough AB. That's a good morning, good afternoon, and go grab some pine.
Emmanuel Burris hitting .212.
That's a good pitcher strike zone right now from plate umpire Wally Bell. And he'll do that. It seems like early in the game he'll give you a little more width on the corners than he would as the day goes on. But generally speaking, I think that he's an umpire who has a strike zone that favors pitchers more than hitters.
Burris fouls it straight back. It is gorgeous today. My goodness. The game time temperature was 73, but it feels 83.
It's just spectacular. Hey, if you're close by or watching, come on out to the yard. There are tickets available. Love to have you.
Burris, slow roller. Scherzer is going to tag Burris as Burris tried to dive into first. Yesterday, Molina at the plate with 2 outs, first inning. Emmanuel Burris thought that he could steal home. And you saw Davis speed up his motion. He's really slow to the plate, but he sped things up, which you can do out of the windup. And Burris was out by 6 feet. And here's Randy Wynn. Randy Wynn, 1 ball and no strikes, hitting .250. 1 home run, hit that on opening day, and he's got 4 driven in. And Scherzer right now is throwing strikes. He's just throwing one right after another.
Well, he's getting that good location, knee high in the outside corner. But the consistency to hit that spot is what's been impressive about this young right-hander.
A line drive right at Lopez to end the inning. So 1 inning here at AT&T Park, and it's 0-0. Star Trek movie night, and you need a special $20 ticket package. It includes a view reserved seat in the Star Trek section, an invitation to the pregame party, a free Star Trek foam finger as this is bounced slowly. It'll be a tough play. Renteria got him. Everything was in slow motion.
Well, it helps that the runner doesn't have a whole lot of speed. Tony Clark's best running days are long gone, but it just was a hard play. I mean, with a guy like Clark, I mean, you're playing way back if you're Edgar Renteria, and fortunately he had lots of time, and he comes in and makes a fine play to prevent the hit. But anybody else in that Diamondback team, I got to believe he beats it out. But when you're 6'7" and you weigh 245, you're not going to be that fast.
Here's Chris Young, who got the big hit yesterday. But finish that thought about the Star Trek movie night. You need a special ticket, and here's the number to call: 415-972-2298, or go to sfgiants.com/special event. Chris Young, a quick 0-2 with Justin Upton on deck. In the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was Young who got the base hit off of Brian Wilson in the 9th inning last night. It was not a blown save. It was a 0-0 game. And Chris Young, with runners at second and third, just yanked one down the left field line. And in the series for Chris Young, that's his only hit. He's 1 for 7. Down low, a good take, 2-2.
I think he took that because he couldn't swing. And that did not miss by much.
Two offering. Foul back.
Well, he's planting that fastball in on that inside corner beautifully. I mean, he has about 3 more foot of fastball than he had his last outing in Los Angeles.
Well, the scoreboard here said 95. I know you said the gun is a little hot.
It's usually 2 or 3 miles per hour hot, but I believe they're at 93. Just on the looking at Chris Young's swing. Ball really bunched in on him nicely. Go right back in there again. Or you could always throw him the slider.
Got him.
That was nasty. Right now, let's take a look at our Firestone leaderboard. And Randy Johnson, who has won the Cy Young Award 5 times, did it the first time in 1995 with the Mariners. Then he did it 4 years in a row. A 4-year level of domination. That just was the talk of the National League. He did it in a Diamondback jersey 4 times, a 24-game winner, and an incredible year to top it all off in 2002. And that's our Firestone leaderboard.
Upton flips one to right. Randy Wynn is there. And another 1-2-3 inning for Randy Johnson. Benji Molina will lead things off. It's 0-0. The second inning, these 3 guys that got it going is Benji Molina will face Max Scherzer here in the second inning, and Molina is tardy, and it's no balls and 1 strike. On deck, Aaron Rowan and then Pablo Sandoval. Molina pops his pitch back and out of play. It's 0-2.
Max Scherzer is sort of the Tim Lincecum of the D-backs organization. Signed in 2007, went right through the minor leagues. Averaged almost 11 strikeouts per 9 innings in his minor league career.
Molina hits one very high to right field. Upton circling underneath it, and he makes the catch. Amy G is here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Amy?
Well, Dwayne, baseball purists will be very happy to know that an oldie but goodie is back with the Giants taking infield. The Giants started up this drill last July and have continued it into this season. Bruce Bochy likes what it does for outfielders' throws and the infielders' fundamentals. I talked to Travis Ishikawa, who said he's used to taking infield. He did it every day in the minors. What he likes about it best is when they're on the road, he gets to understand an opponent's field, bad hops, bad backgrounds, bad glares. The guys will take it once a series, if not more. Guys?
Yep, we like it too, Amy.
Oh, we like watching it, absolutely. And I like the fact that the Giants are one of the few organizations that still does it.
Rowan hitting .286 with Pablo Sandoval to follow. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1. Giants 3-8 on the year. The Diamondbacks are 4-7. Padres, who have been red hot, got beat today in Philadelphia. Raul Ibanez hit a 2-run walk-off big fly. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Aaron Rowan right now has got to be leading the league in extra hitting. He was out there getting a workout before the game with Carney Lansford.
See, I think some guys kill time in the clubhouse. They'll do a crossword puzzle. Maybe they'll listen to some music. He doesn't. He goes to hit.
He'll find Carney Lansford, and they'll both get in that batting cage, and they'll come out a half hour later, and they'll be wringing wet.
Three-two pitch, and Scherzer thought it was pretty good. Rowan and Wally Bell thought not.
Well, a reminder, the Stanley Cup playoffs continue tonight live from the Shark Tank in San Jose. Sharks taking on the Ducks game 2. The 7 o'clock game, you can see the pregame live at 6:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval takes one outside. Bruce Bochy said he was going to drop Sandoval down to 6, take a little more pressure off of him. Sandoval 1 for 4 on Friday. Sandoval 0 for 4 in the game yesterday.
Well, he was pretty candid about why his average is so poorly and why he hasn't put together a streak. He simply says, I'm not swinging at good pitches. I need to get pitches in the strike zone. I need to be more patient. So he's well aware that his aggressiveness has cost him in the production department and his at-bats.
Here he looks at a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Get your lemonade.
Yeah, it's a good day for lemonade.
Yeah, we haven't found the hot coffee guy yet. Soft toss by Scherzer. Yeah, there are nights in this ballpark where lemonade doesn't do too well. Coffee, on the other hand, big seller.
Oh, yeah.
Sandoval, foul. 1-2.
For Max Scherzer, he's really been able to consistently pound that outside corner at the knees against lefties. It's been a go-to location for him. Bob Melvin, the skipper of the Diamondbacks.
Here's Bo Mel. Very high to Sandoval, and that's what pitchers are going to try to do to Sandoval. They're going to get 2 strikes on him, and if it's early in the count, they're going to go up to see if he'll swing at it. I mean, way up.
Now, baseball right now knows that this kid is so aggressive that he's going out of the strike zone, and they're more than willing to accompany that desire.
Breaks his bat, flips one into left, and he's got a hit. The half of the bat's laying at home plate.
You know, that's what it pays to be strong. And there's one thing you can't question, and that's the upper body strength that Sandoval has. And here, a pretty good pitch from Scherzer, and he's trying to elevate it to hands. And he's trying to stop the umpire. I think he got his top hand back on the bat. Maybe he should start hitting like that for a while.
Well, I saw something yesterday I'd never seen before, and that's Upton hit a ball that hit the dirt.
Watch the top hand. Timeout? Nope. Now he says, the heck with that.
Well, that might be part of his swing now.
Yeah, it's called the umpire stop movement.
Here's Ishikawa. Ishikawa looks at a strike. It has been a tough go right now for Travis Ishikawa. 0 for 3 on Friday. 0 for 4 last night. 3 strikeouts on Friday, 2 strikeouts yesterday. And he drives one to center field. Young back. Young puts it away. Ishikawa, the way he reacted, he thought he got enough of it.
Well, normally the winds will blow out to straight center and you get carry of that field, but in April and then in September are the 2 months where at times you'll see the winds come across the field rather than go straight out. Had this been the normal winds, I think he could have gotten excited about this, but the winds cutting across the field today kept that one in the yard. But still, it was a good at bat.
Here's Renteria. Rowan at second. Sandoval at first. And Renteria fouls it into the seats. Giants were 0 for 8 at the plate with runners in scoring position yesterday.
Yep, they love San Francisco. They love their Giants.
Scherzer chasing back Aaron Rowan. 0-1 to the Giants shortstop. Outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Camera or binoculars?
I think it's a DVD player.
Watching a movie? 1 ball and 1 strike. Off the plate. Scherzer may not throw Renteria a strike the rest of the way. Got Randy Johnson on deck.
I'm really kind of surprised that they're pitching to him at all. As hard as as runs have been defined in this series between both clubs, the fact that they're pitching to Renteria with a pitcher on deck, I find a bit, well, odd.
2-2.
And then again, when you have a slider like that, and you have stuff like Scherzer, but you're still rolling the dice.
Well, and here's where you ask your 8th place hitter to expand it a little bit.
Well, Renteria's got a hitting style that definitely can flourish down here in the 8th spot because he has the ability to expand, go out of the strike zone, go the opposite way.
Got him. Second strikeout for Scherzer. It's 0-0.
And time now for our Chevron unsurpassed performance. And yesterday we're going to take a look at Tim Lincecum's strong 8 innings where he struck out 13. That tied him for his career high in a single game strikeout performance. No walks for Tim Lincecum. Did not allow a run. He was absolutely fantastic. And there you see the K's that were up on the wall, and that is our Chevron unsurpassed performance. Nice outing, Tim Lincecum.
He was fantastic. Bruce Bochy said on his KMBR pregame show, you got to win that game. When somebody throws that well, it's a game you have to win. Here's Ryan Roberts. Roberts takes a strike at the knees. Snyder to follow. Chops it foul at the plate, and it's 0-2. Roberts on the opening day roster for the first time in his career. Played in Okie City last year in the Rangers system. Had a good year. The 0-2 pitch, very high, 1-2. Johnson with 3 strikeouts. Slowly hit. Renteria got him. 1 out.
Now you go to the San Francisco Giants stat book and check out most strikeouts without a walk. Well, Bobby Bolin in 1963 had 14 against the Cubs. Sam Jones, well, Tim Lincecum's put his names up there twice. 13 punch outs with no walks in both of those outings. Joining Jason Schmidt and Ray Sadecki.
Schmitty did it. Here's Snyder. Snyder, who knows Randy Johnson better than anybody, and he knows how it ticks him off when somebody tries to bunt for a hit. Just tried to bunt for a hit.
See, you know, you'll watch how a pitcher handles these situations. And they either do one of two things. They either knock him down or they try and strike him out. And if they strike him out, they will give him a little stank eye at the end of strike 3.
There's the bunt. Benji Molina's got it. Benji Molina throws it, and they got him.
I think that's one play that does not get enough applause. It's the one play where you're running and you're trying to chase a ball down that's going away from you. And the footwork has to be perfect. That's what sets up the play. To be able to get loaded on your back foot and watch the 360 turn. Just a little crow hop to his back foot, and he rifles a strike to Ishikawa. Again, watch the back foot, the right foot, as he gets in position off a little crow hop. That's the beauty of that play, and that's how it has to get done.
And that's a really nice play.
It is. Very difficult.
It's especially a nice play when you think that Randy Johnson, for a ton of reasons, is not going to go after this ball.
Well, it's Benji Molina and Benji Molina alone who has the responsibility to try and make this play. He knows it. But, I mean, it's tough enough if you're standing behind home plate and you got to go chase it down and make the play, let alone come out of a squat.
And a 3-pitch strikeout. Johnson's got 4 through 3 innings. Randy Johnson will lead things off.
work early and have a clinic where our own Mike Kruko hosted a Q&A. They got to talk to several players and Mark Gardner. They got to walk the field, and they were all very excited. And Mike and Dwayne, I don't know about you, but my favorite question, and I'll pose it to you, was when you're batting and you have to go to the bathroom really bad, what do you do? So, guys, what did you do?
Let's see. How do I want to go? What direction?
The one that saves your job.
You hold it. And just hope that you don't have to slide into second.
Oh, man.
You know what? In all the years I played, not one time when I was on the field did I ever have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I can say that too.
I mean, in the dugout, you know, whatever. But on the field,
0 for 17.
It's like your brain just says, your body says, you know what, that's not happening.
Now, these were the Little Leaguers in attendance today. A lot of bright, smiley faces with their new uniforms on. They wore their Little League uniforms and hats. And I got to be honest with you, Cap, I think that the leagues around here are taking your advice to heart, because I didn't see any Dodgers.
I didn't either. I made a point on radio yesterday. As Johnson, did he foul it? He did. It's for people coming out here, if they see a team that is the Dodgers Little League team, do not boo them. It's not their fault.
Those are your neighbors. Come on. But we're asking the Little Leagues, you know, don't have Dodgers up here. And the same thing in Los Angeles. Don't have Giants down there. And before the game, they had a youngster, a Little Leaguer, accompanying all of the Giants as they took their positions. And as tradition would have it, the players sign their name. And then they look at the kid and say, "Take a hike."
Yeah, he had a big smile.
Do you remember when they did that with Bonds?
Well, yeah, the kids were a little younger. Clearly the parents said, listen, I know that they told you to go to center and to right, but don't. Everybody go to Bonds.
So the Little Leaguers broke, and 3 of the outfielders went right out to left field. That was great.
Yeah, we had a good laugh. So did Bonds. Lewis hasn't pulled the trigger yet today. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Struck out looking in the first. Three and 1.
A lot of signs today at the ballpark.
Oh, they did the switcheroo on us. So we're okay with that.
Seared snake and roast duck.
Swing and a miss. 3 and 2.
So they're going to have Diamondback snakes for lunch and Anaheim ducks for dinner.
Oh,
I'm with you on that.
Here's the payoff to Lewis. And Lewis hits it foul down the left field line. It's a Comcast doubleheader. And you'll be going tonight.
I will be there at the Sharks game. Looking forward to it.
Got him. Lewis strikes out looking for the second time.
Well, as Fred Lewis heads back to the Giants dugout, what do you say that we ask Krukakai? Brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. Visit csnbayarea.com and ask us a question. We will answer one again. This came from Jed from Tiburon. What is the difference as a hitter is facing a taller pitcher compared to a shorter pitcher? Angle.
Size.
It's all about the angle. A taller pitcher is going to have a release. He's going to get more downward movement than a shorter pitcher. It's that simple. And for years, I mean, scouts would go out there and they would deliberately look for taller pitchers to create that type of angle to the hitter, theorizing that a guy 6'5", his release point, if he could have knee-high location, is going to be difficult to see. And by the scout's definition, they say the hitter sees a quarter of a ball. Whereas if you're seeing it from a shorter pitcher, you see half the ball.
1-1 to Emmanuel Burris with 2 outs here in the third.
I'm not sure Tim Lincecum buys into that theory, or anybody that hits off of Lincecum. But I remember the very first team I was on in rookie league with the Cubs in 1973, Bradenton, Florida. I was the shortest guy on the team, on the roster, and I'm 6'4". We had a 12-man staff, and we had 6 guys over 6'7".
There's the rocket boat. That's a tall staff.
I felt like a doink.
2-2 pitch to Burris, and Burris fights it off.
You know, one thing I can tell you about that fast boat that was blowing right by,
Yeah.
those people in the front, they're freezing. Yeah. Freezing. And puking.
Another 2-2 pitch to Burris, and Burris bounces it to short. Ojeda has it, and that'll do it. Through 3 innings here at AT&T Park. This game just like the entire series. Filipino Heritage Night. Now you need a special event ticket if you want to get the Manny Pacquiao bobblehead. In order to do that, you need to call 415-972-2298, or you can visit this website, sfgiants.com/Filipino. Here's Augie Ojeda.
9 up, 9 down so far for Randy Johnson. We'll see what type of adjustments.
Ishikawa is going to make the play.
That's one adjustment right there. Well, as Ojeda heads back to the Snakes dugout, what do you say we ask our Aflac trivia question? The question today: can you name the 3 active pitchers 6'10" or taller?
Here's Burns, who hit a little weak fly ball to right field that Randy Wynn made a terrific catch on. And he fouls it back, 0-1. Well, all the concern about the lack of fastball that Johnson had in LA is gone.
Oh, he's throwing the ball beautifully today. A nice warm day to go out there and get that soup bone lathered up.
Oh boy. Wow. Nothing in
I mean, as far as trying to describe the pitch performance on that slider, you would have to have about 20 minutes because this thing starts off, and watch the swing of Eric Burns, and he's got a quick bat. When you break a big league hitter like that, that is a late, hard, crashing movement. That is fantastic is what that is. It's fantastic when he's on your team. It's a shame when he's on the other team.
That's right.
And for years, it was a shame.
Burns slowly hit. Unit's going to get off barehanded and kind of an awkward throw, but they got Burns.
Well, you know it was going to be an ad-lib, and especially a difficult play for the left-hander because he's got to get it and then somehow get his body turned. Just a little jump shot. Beautifully done.
Well, that's like after 5 back surgeries.
Yeah, every trainer in America is going to cringe upon watching the big unit make this play, but nice athleticism there by the big fella.
I asked Bruce Bochy about the lack of fastball that Johnson had, and he firmly believes that that long at bat that Russell Martin had kind of wore him out. He said, you know, and from now on we'll keep an eye on that. I don't remember if it was a 10 or 11 or a 12 pitch at bat to Russell Martin.
It was a battle.
And he didn't think that Randy Johnson was the same after that. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Felipe Lopez.
Well, it would be understandable to think that the one thing that would be sort of an Achilles heel for a 45-year-old pitcher would be a long inning where you start to get up around 25, 30 pitches. And certainly a long single at bat like we saw with Martin. But this guy has such a high standard. And he is, there's no secret as to why he's lasted this long. He works his tail off.
2-2.
And he just pushes himself. And he said it. I would like to pitch when I'm 50 years old. Steve Carlton said the same thing. Similar work habits.
Got him. Lopez, 5th strikeout for Randy Johnson. Time for the offense.
Name the 3 active pitchers who are 6'10" or taller. Survey said. Well, the Giants have seen all 3 of them. Their teammate, Randy Johnson. John Roush, who's 6'11", the tallest player ever to play in the big leagues. And Chris Young, the starting pitcher, who is 6'10". And there you see how they rank. Roush, number 1. And Johnson and Chris Young joining Andrew Sisco and Eric Hillman.
Chris Young will pitch Wednesday against the Giants when the Padres are in town. Here's Randy Wynn. And Randy Wynn takes a strike. Giants have had one hit, a broken bat single off the bat of Pablo Sandoval. They had 2 base runners. And now it'll be Wynn, Molina, and Rowan. The best ball hit by any Giants hitter was the line drive Randy Wynn hit to Felipe Lopez in the first inning.
Yeah, he hit that slider from Scherzer. Saw it early, waited well. Atom ball.
Foul back. Ishikawa hit a ball well to straightaway center field that was in the park. One and 2 to Randy Wynn. And Wynn fouls it back. Scherzer and the 1-2 pitch to Wynn.
Whew. That is a changeup, and that is exceptional movement. It's a pitch that he really started to develop a little confidence in. And when you see a pitcher who throws it early in his career, you like to throw it in breaking ball counts. Ahead the count 0-1, 1-2. But you can see by the movement and the arm action that's going to be a good pitch for him. The day he gets confidence enough to throw that thing in 1-0 and 2-0 and 3-2 counts, look out. Because one thing this kid does not lack, that's stuff. Oh, yeah. That young man is psyched. Look out.
3 and 2 to Randy Wynn. By the way, we need to say happy birthday to Kelly Greenwald.
The daughter of Hank Greenwald?
Kelly was here today along with Hank and Carla. Kelly's, what'd she say, 31?
31 years old.
3 and 2 to Randy Wynn. Giants need a base runner. And they'll have one. First time they've had the leadoff hitter on in this game.
Boy, walks can hurt you, but walks to lead off an inning. I mean, those are the ones that really have a tendency to come back and haunt.
Here's Benji Molina, who hit a fly ball to right field. Remember, last year Randy Wynn stole 25 out of 27. He's got a good lead. And Molina takes up and in 1-0. Randy Wynn has 3 steals this year. He hasn't been thrown out. Quick toss. The Dodgers, who have won 7 straight, are leading the Rockies 3-0. That game they're in the 3rd inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Base hit right past Augie Ojeda.
There's the dog. You give high fives, man. Give them up.
Aaron Rowan drew a walk in the 2nd. He has told us that he's a big fan of Sports Net Central. You get dog on board, everybody's on board.
Yeah.
Here's Rowan. Good pitch. No balls and 1 strike.
That's some paint. High velocity paint. I don't understand this. You just throw a pitch that's absolutely perfect and you don't want that ball. Rookies. the ball's got a strike in it or an out in it, you got to keep that one.
0-1. One ball and one strike. Sandoval on deck. We are in the fourth. And now timeout is called as Scherzer took a long time looking at Randy Winn. If Randy Winn were to go, Benji Molina would not.
I would think that'd be a great scout report.
I mean, this is a double steal. The back runner always seems to go, but this is where Arizona, if Benji Molina were to go, would just throw to second. And right there, Randy Winn got Scherzer only to look at him once.
Well, Randy Winn, like any other base stealer, if he senses that he's getting a predictable look where the pitcher's coming, set, looking at him once and turning and going, I mean, he will time that and go. One look. That was gone. That was good play right there by Scherzer.
I'm out.
That is a coached look right there. Guys get away with just what I think is a balk move to second base. You know, it's common now, but he really took full advantage of it, setting it up with a head turn.
There's that spot we keep talking about, and it's 2-2. And if you're Rowan, you're doing the smart thing. If it's the perfect pitch, don't swing at it.
I mean, he's looking for something middle in and up. Or middle away and up. He's not looking at knee high on the outside corner. I mean, just don't look at that location.
He's got to swing at it now.
Now he's got to expand, of course. 2 strikes, you got to. Have to protect.
And Rowan just got a piece of it. And had a little bit more of the plate. Win at second, Molina at first. A walk and a single in a 0-0 ball game.
Wow, now there's the changeup we're talking about. He throws it in a 2-2, and it just missed a little bit high. But watch how it freezes Rowan, and he has kind of like a double cathud there with his body movement. Can't quite pull the trigger, can't quite take it, can't quite know what to really do.
3-2.
We have not seen him throw that changeup in a 3-2 absolute get it in pitch. And that counts so far today. It's been all fastball.
Yeah, I can't imagine he'd throw it 3-2. I mean, if you're Rowan, you got to be just sitting gas here.
Shorten your stride, gear back up the middle. See ball, hit ball, run like crazy. That was an easy take, and that was the fastball. So Scherzer getting a bit squeezed here, but he hasn't been able to make up for calls that he didn't get.
Well, he's got that one part of the plate that he's been able to hit.
I mean, I think he's sort of an effectively wild type pitcher, but when he's hit that outside spot, I mean, he's been pretty good to the go-to. I think Chris Snyder's going to come out there and say, hey, don't aim it, throw it. Same thing he's been told since he was 8 years old in Little League.
Sandoval hit a little flare into left field for a base hit. A walk, a single, and a walk. And Sandoval waits on Scherzer. 1-0. This has been the situation that has given Sandoval some problems. The RBI situation, a guy on third, less than 2 outs, where he's been really susceptible to swinging at bad pitches. But he's ahead in the count right here, 1-0. Out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike.
A 1-0 challenge fastball, and Scherzer came right with it with expected gas. And just give you an idea how good that fastball is. I mean, he's sitting fastball, gets the fastball, and he's late.
Wynn, Molina, Rowan. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Looked like he was leaning. He was out in front.
He looked like he had no legs in the swing at all. I agree. He was leaning.
Now, if Scherzer, see if he even comes close to the strike zone.
And they want a high fastball here. They're setting up. And it's been pretty predictable. Teams, once they have gotten an idea of how they want to go after Sandoval, they definitely, if they get ahead to a 2-strike, they will consistently pound him up above the letters. And he's not been able to effectively lay off that pitch, is why he's seeing it. He may see another one here.
They've also bounced balls. Target is away, and he fouls it back.
Sandoval has said this has been the worst slump of his life.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2.
Well, knowing Sandoval like we know him, that must have been very tough for him to take. Scherzer made a perfect pitch to the scouting report off the plate with movement away. And Sandoval somehow able to lay off.
3 and 2. Out of play.
We've got a good battle going on here.
That came in on the hands in the high 90s. And that's after that 2-2 pitch ran away. Three and 2. And he got him. He went to the bottom part of the strike zone.
And how do you define a strikeout pitcher? A guy that can get a strikeout in a strikeout situation. And bases loaded, nobody out. That is a strikeout situation. And here, just throws one right by Sandoval. I mean, he got short. He did everything he was supposed to do. And that is why the fastball has always been and always will be the best pitch in baseball.
Here's Ishikawa, who hit a ball to deep center field that was caught. And now the pressure is put on him.
Now he's still in an at-bat here where he doesn't have to get a base hit to score a run, but he's got to think about getting something in the air deep enough to score that run from third. It's your basic sac fly, similar to what he did in his first at-bat, would be 2 thumbs up.
Very high, 1 ball and 1 strike. A walk, a single, a walk, and Sandoval strikes out. Ishikawa trying to put the ball in play. And he lifts it into center field, and this should do it. Wynn is tagging. Upton's got a good arm, and he throws a grounder. 1-0.
And that is a great at bat. And that's the at-bat that has really been problematic for this Giants offense. That runner at third base, less than 2 out, and Travis Ishikawa off a breaking ball getting the job done, and he'll get a number of pats in the back and high fives when he gets back to the dugout. For a team that is struggling to score runs, this is a big at-bat.
Edgar Renteria struck out in the second. And he takes a kind of a hanging breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
Renteria, career .289 hitter. And that tells one thing about your career. It tells you that he can hit.
Base hit. Benji Molina is not going to be able to score as Young gets the ball back in, and it'll be left up to the big unit.
You know, normally, even with a guy who's got a little bit below average speed with 2 outs at base hit and the pitcher coming up, you're going to test the arm. But with Benji Molina, who has none speed, you're just kind of at the mercy. If the ball finds a gap, yeah, but if it's straight there when the outfielder picks it up, and if you're a third base coach and you see the letters across the chest of that outfielder, a slow runner, you've got to hold up. If you see his number or the side of his unit, you'll think differently. But when a guy has none speed, he has none chance.
Randy Johnson tried to help himself. Struck out in the third. So it'll be pitch number 81 coming up for Max Scherzer. Hard even for Randy Johnson to shrink that strike zone.
To me, like he's taken all the way. First 2 pitches.
Johnson making him work. Johnson fouled on the right field line. I don't even know if that was a strike. That may have been outside.
It could have been ball 3, but for Randy Johnson, you're 6'10", you're going to have some long arms, so you're more suited to try and beat the outside pitch. That was an easy get to on that ball that perhaps was off the plate, 6-7 inches.
Drop the head.
That's all you have to do.
We're going out there again. And it runs back in to end the inning. Giants pick up a run, drew 4, 1-0 San Francisco.
Sandoval's baseball gear. It's a mouthpiece. Now, he got hit in spring training at a bad hop at third base. Then he got hit again in the mouth on opening day. And if you've noticed, he's wearing braces. He had them put on in the offseason. He didn't go with Invisalign. He had to get the old school metallic braces. The trainers finally convinced him to put a mouthpiece in because his mouth was so chewed up from being hit twice. And he has a black and gray one, but he also got an electric blue one. I talked to him today. He says it feels like he's putting a Dodger inside of his mouth and eating him up every time he puts it in, guys.
Thanks, Amy. I like that kid.
He is. He is fun to be around.
Tony Clark, Chris Young, Justin Upton to face Randy Johnson here in the 5th inning. The Diamondbacks have not had a base runner. Clark bounced out to Edgar Renteria. First pitch is way outside.
It helped that Randy Johnson got up that inning.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, he was on that bench for a long time. And sometimes long innings can upset your rhythm and they can stiffen you up a bit.
He hasn't had to pitch out of the stretch yet.
Not an issue if you're 23 like Max Scherzer, but when you're 45, it's an issue. Get it in strike, taken all the way.
Taken all the way.
So far in this game, Johnson's been very stingy with his pitches. 10 in the first, 8 in the second, 10 in the third, and the fourth.
Clark I'm going to tie this up with one swing, and it's 3-2.
Now, when you're 6'7", you weigh 275 pounds, and 3-1 count, you're expected to let it fly. He does not have a body built for singles, although he's a good hitter. He can get you singles, but in 3-1 counts, he ain't swinging for him. Oh, where was that? And Randy Johnson taking a walk back slowly down towards Wally Bell, the plate umpire.
There's your first base runner.
Slider just missed.
Chris Young struck out looking in the second.
Giants aren't even going to hold Tony Clark on because he is kind of in the Benji Molina category where he doesn't have a whole lot of speed.
That's a strike. Renteria, Burris at double play depth. Outside is Molina. Has to reach across his body. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dodgers still leading the Rockies 3-0. That game is now in the 4th inning. Off the end of the bat. Johnson's not going to be able to get to first, so Ishikawa had only 1 play.
Now, one of the things that Ishikawa does so well is throw. And the play was in front of him. He could also see there was going to be no chance, as Randy Johnson did not even make a break towards first. It was going to be a force at second or a big league hang with him. And knowing this from the side, there was a nice strike right to Renteria, who used every bit of his glove to snag this thing. And it's also, again, nice for the guys going from first to second in 11 seconds. You do have time.
Here's Upton. Upton hit a fly ball to right field. And now they got Young picked off, and Ishikawa's throw. They got him. One, 3-4 on the pickoff.
They had Ishikawa off the bag, which we've seen the Giants do all spring long. And Young perhaps thinking that he could get a little more off. Gets hung out by the big fella out there in the hill.
First pitch to Upton. Swing and a miss. He takes a rip, folks. Tried to backdoor him. It's a ball and a strike.
Justin Upton got the 5-tool label the day he walked into organized ball, where he could run, throw, hit for average, hit for power. And I think at times that can be an anchor for some kids.
Yeah. Well, plus if you get off to a great start like he did, and then when he cooled off, he had a hard time figuring how to get it all back again.
Well, the league adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to really adjust back.
Right. Hit to center field. Rowan going back, still going back, and he will put it away. Leadoff walk does not hurt Randy Johnson. It's 1-0. April 22nd. It's sponsored by Esurance. First 20,000 fans. Well, what are they going to get when they come out to the park? They're going to get a Giants fabric grocery bag. So you can celebrate Earth Day here at the Yard. Visit sfgiants.com or call 1-877-4-SFG-TICKS as Lewis takes a pitch down low.
Just missed.
By the way, Mike, just to finish that thought, that is a day game. 12:45 start, and the weather is supposed to be perfect. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was just going to point out that so far today, Fred Lewis has not had much fun against Scherzer. 2 up, 2 strikeouts, 2 called strike threes.
In the leadoff spot. 1-2.
Hey, we were treated to lunch today by a Hall of Famer.
That's right.
Willie McCovey, who has a restaurant over in Walnut Creek, McCovey's, aptly named, treated us to lunch today, and it was spectacular.
Jeff Dudum, who runs that restaurant and many others around the Bay Area. With a nice surprise.
Well, Stretch is pretty psyched up. He says, you know what? If you come into my restaurant on Monday and you have your uniform on, your Little League uniform or whatever colors you're wearing, if it's a baseball uni, 20% off your meal.
Wow. Up and in to Lewis 2-2.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So that would be tomorrow.
It'd be tomorrow. The great Willie McCovey.
2-2 pitch to Lewis. Fouls it back.
You know how you've made it? It's when they name a cove after you.
That's right.
McCovey Cove. Hey, Sportsnet Central, if you haven't checked it out, check it out tonight, 10:30. Authentic Bay Area sports. It is a fantastic show. So it is our 2 thumbs up recommendation.
Well, Fred Lewis has got it to 3-2. And the payoff. Fouls it back. He's spoiling some good pitches.
That is a good pitch, 3-2. I mean, even in a predictable fastball count, Scherzer is not naked letting you throw it. With him throwing that fastball, it's not an easy fastball to hit. High velocity with unpredictable movement. I mean, that thing has got to be tough to catch. It's kind of got a mind of its own.
And Lewis takes the walk. Pretty good battle won by Lewis.
And for the second time in a row, Scherzer walks the leadoff man. The last time he did it here in the 4th, the Giants scored that run. Talk about how painful a leadoff walk is. Well, Giants are going to have another opportunity here for free.
Well, Scherzer walked Rowan with runners at first and second in the 4th inning. That allowed the Giants to score a run by making an out. Burris, let's see if he tries to bunt. No signs of a bunt, and the fastball's high, and now the bullpen is starting to get ready for the Diamondbacks.
It's almost automatic once you get up around 100 pitches, and the next pitch that Scherzer throws will be number 95. And for a young arm, it's automatic. 100 pitches, you're close to done. Giants looking for that one swing of the bat that gets this crowd into the game. Crowd comes to a ballpark, you know, they're anticipating line drives and base hits. And if you don't give it to them, that'll frustrate that crowd.
Scherzer right now is out of whack as Snyder clearly recognizes that, and he's going to have a word.
This gave Juan Gutierrez, the relief pitcher, getting loose in Bob Melvin's bullpen, the hurry up sign. Got to believe if Burris gets on base here, it may be all over for the day for Scherzer.
Wally Bell. May have been that Burris, I think he did ask for time. Nice crowd again today. Fans have come out for this Giants Diamondbacks weekend of baseball. There's a strike. Friday night, 35,000. Almost 38,000 yesterday. 2 more games left in this homestand, Tuesday and Wednesday, so keep on coming out. 2-1 to Emmanuel Burris.
There's Gutierrez. Once he stops, you know he's ready.
Now Lewis goes. It's a hit and run, and it's fouled out of play. 2-2.
Fred Lewis had a good jump.
Giants have the day off tomorrow. The Diamondbacks will host the Colorado Rockies. Two balls, two strikes. Three and two.
Well, now the question is, do you send the runner?
Well, if you're asking me, would I send the runner? I would.
And the only second guess you'd have in considering it is that you have a guy out there with swing and miss stuff. And as a runner, you're not always going to get a great jump in this situation.
Runner goes, swinging a foul back.
No hesitation with the speed of Fred Lewis. Bruce Bochy giving him the green light. The next pitch for Scherzer will be 100.
Three and two. Scherzer is ready. Lewis goes. Swinging a bouncing ball to Ojeda. His only play at first. Down to second goes Lewis. And here's Randy Wynn.
I think Burr's a little upset. I mean, he kind of got froze there a long time as Scherzer held the set position. And for the second time this game, we saw a hitter ask for a timeout and just was too late. And I think Wally Bell did the right thing not giving it to Burris. Watch him try and call for time, but keep your eye on the pitcher when you don't get it.
Here's Randy Wynn, who drew a walk in the fourth. Good speed at second. Pitch 101 coming up to Wynn. Swing and a miss. Talking about Arizona being at home tomorrow. 18 of their first 21 games this year at home. So that's kind of a quirk in the schedule.
It's almost like you don't want that many early in the year.
They were thrilled to have this trip to San Francisco. Remember, they spent all of spring training in Arizona. I'm not sure. In one way, Mike, I'm sure that it's good. You can get off to a good start, which really hasn't happened. But the downside to that is somewhere you're going to be on the road a lot.
A lot.
Strike two. 0-2.
Randy Wynn not happy with that one. He thought that was off the plate away. Still a good changeup, and this is for a guy who's trying to learn the pitch. Again, you're seeing it in the 0-1 count. And when the guy's learning that pitch, that's when he feels most comfortable to throw it. When it's really effective is when he starts throwing it 1-0, 2-0.
Randy Wynn skies one to left. A good ride. Burns backpedaling, makes the catch. 2 outs.
Eric Burns always has that my hair's on fire route to the ball.
He does.
He can make it exciting. It's turned around. I mean, great footwork when you go back and replay it, doing the karaoke, floating across the outfield. But I think if you're a manager, it adds a little more drama than you'd prefer.
Have you at all in the last 10 years tried to do the karaoke?
No.
I mean, you need shin guards to do it now at our age.
Kick yourself in the ankle and the shin.
Benji Molina is flied out and he's singled. And he drives one high into center field. Young finds it, stops, and that ends the inning. So Scherzer gets away with the leadoff walk. We will head to the 6th, 1-0. A little idea of what's been happening here at the ballpark today. Another strong pitching performance by both starters. It's 1-0 Giants. Ryan Roberts is leading things off for Arizona. It'll be Roberts, Snyder, and then you would think a pinch hitter. Swinging a chopper foul off of the foot of Ryan Roberts. Very quiet in the Cove. In a lot of ways. Not a whole lot of balls in the water and not a lot of wind out in the Cove. Double quiet.
Double quiet.
0-1 to Roberts. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Slider. It's been so consistent. I mean, he hasn't missed upstairs with it at all today. And the people in the Bay Area Quackers are appreciating the effort of Randy Johnson today. Quackers everywhere.
Fouled. Roberts takes a healthy cut.
You saw the pitch count for Max Scherzer well over 100 on the flip side of that coin. Randy Johnson here in the 6th inning. The next pitch he will throw will be pitch number 55. Very economical with the number of pitches.
Molina wanted that pitch high, and that's where he got it. 1-2. Roberts, big leagues for the first time in 2006 with Toronto. Fouls it out of play. He only had 13 at bats in 06. 07 he had 13 at bats again. And last year with the Texas Rangers he had 1 at bat. Made this team as he was invited to camp as a non-roster player. And here he is facing Randy Johnson for the second time. Bounced out to Edgar Renteria in the 3rd. The 1-2. Down low, 2-2.
It's not that easy pitch to take. Breaking ball that's sliding across the plate with your back foot. Roberts giving the big unit a battle here.
Just high. 3-2.
Again, just like the leadoff walk last inning to Tony Clark, the same type of a breaking ball that had been called a strike a couple times early in the ballgame. I think that's why Randy Johnson's a little bit perplexed as to why it's not being called a strike here as the game has progressed. He gave Wally Bell a long look.
So that's ball 4. And here's Snyder. Dodgers are in town on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. All night games, all 7:15 starts. It's the Dodgers. We shouldn't have to say anything more. sfgiants.com or call 1-877-4-SFG-TICKS. Dodgers are playing beautiful baseball right now. Snyder tried to bunt his way on, and Molina threw him out. Here he takes a fastball very high, 1-0. Mark Reynolds is on deck. There's a strike, belt high strike to even the count.
Surprised Bob Melvin has not entertain the idea of putting Roberts in motion.
Popped them up. Souvenir. 1-2.
Well, somebody made a nice play. Fans trying to get vocal in this ball game. There just hasn't been much to cheer about. Well, leave it to a fan who made a nice play and a pop-up to give it to him.
One and two to Chris Snyder. Got him.
Snyder knew it. Late breaking slider drops right in at the belt, and Snyder, who's 6'4", knew immediately that was one he should have protected with.
Here's pinch hitter Mark Reynolds. Reynolds has started both games in this series. He went 0 for 3 on Friday, and he got a base hit in the game yesterday. He's 1 for 4. And the first pitch is high, a fastball, 1-0.
He's going hard fastball, and that's from a velocity standpoint. That ball had some pretty good zip. You could hear the pop of the glove all the way up here.
This will be pitch number 65 for Randy Johnson. Bouncing ball, could be a pair. Renteria underhanded to Burris, a lot of heat, and it's a double play as Burris hung in there with Roberts all over him. Good turn, kid.
Freeze cam. In every game where there's a possible no-hitter, there comes a play that is magnificent, and this is that play. And it was with one out in the first inning, Eric Burns going the other way, and Randy Wynn making a spectacular shoestring grab to deny the base hit and put a big 0 there in the hit column. And that is where it is today. Our Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
The big unit has not allowed a hit. And the hitter here will be Aaron Rowan. It's time for a change. Think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Juan Gutierrez now taking the ball for the Diamondbacks. Gutierrez has excellent stuff. Good fastball that'll go mid-90s. Hard curveball, slider, and a changeup. You say, well, that's the 4 pitches you usually see from a starter. Well, he was a starter through most of his minor league career.
Struck out 2 on Friday night. Rowan fouls it at the plate.
In case you're wondering, Randy Johnson is throwing 2 no-hitters. One of those no-hitters was a perfect game. One of just 15 perfect games in modern baseball history.
Rowan fouls it back, 1-2.
But you know what's great is around baseball, in every ballpark where there's a game today, after 6 innings, if you put up no hits numbers, the word goes out and baseball sort of turns its eye to you and the game that you're pitching in.
Rowan out swinging on the breaking ball. 1 out for Sandoval.
We're going to take a look at our defining moment brought to you by Fry's Electronics. We go back to that day in Atlanta when Randy Johnson against the Braves spun an El Perfecto, second no-hit game of his career. This one absolutely perfect. 27 up, 27 down. And was mobbed by his teammates. A great memory of Fry's defining moment.
Pablo Sandoval takes one low, 1 ball and no strikes. Ishikawa on deck. Foul back, 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's the face you want on your starting pitcher between innings. In his mind right now, he's thinking about the top of the lineup. Augie Ojeda. Ojeda's going to lead things off for the Diamondbacks in the 7th, and that's what he's thinking about, how he's going to pitch him. You go over and over and over in your mind.
Pulled foul.
A lot of times you can ask a starting pitcher what's going on with his team, and he couldn't tell you because his brain is already locked into the top half of the inning, going up and down that lineup, making pitches. That is a big league focus, folks.
The 1-2 to Sandoval. Foul back. Part of being in a slump is not just swinging and missing, but fouling pitches off that you would normally square up. And that's what we're seeing out of Sandoval. Foul.
Whoa, nice going. Richie Peckner, our ball dude on the first base side today, making a nice play. We've seen some great plays this year from our ball dudes. They've been working out. They must have been taking ground balls in the wintertime. There's his brother, Mike.
The 1-2 pitch. Sandoval fights it off. This little guy get dinged?
Well, I think the old man tried to make a play and he whacked him upside the head with that wiffle ball bat. So I'm saying it's not that serious. He'll be fine.
1-2. Way outside. 2-2. Feeling better? Did the brother give it up? Give me 5.
No.
Don't leave me hanging. Okay, thank you. Sandoval into. Is it going to be Triples Alley? We're going to find out. There goes Sandoval, and down the stretch he comes, and he's going to make it.
We talk about runaway beer trucks circling the bags. We're going to make it our Ford quality drive, and why not? He goes down and yanks this breaking ball, finds Triples Alley, and then it's let the games begin. Sandoval, who checks in at a svelte 250. Turns it on right about here, and here's where he starts running backwards. Yeah, a belly flopper. Oh yeah. And that's our Ford Quality Drive of the year.
Here's Ishikawa. Infield is in. Swing and a miss.
Ken Flannery about blowing a gasket, waving the big guy to third. Oh yeah. The entertaining Mr. Sandoval just lit this place up. That's how you fire up a crowd.
Ishikawa waiting on Gutierrez. Swinging a foul back. He's seen a couple of fastballs. They've both been high and hard, and now it's 0-2.
Well, it was Sandoval that had or Ishikawa rather, that had the at bat that put the Giants on the board. It was a similar situation. Earned the third, less than 2 outs. He got the sac fly. Saw him choke up the bat a little bit, take a little swing out.
Keep fighting. That's what you got to do.
Oh, you could look ugly to stay alive. I mean, you could take the worst swing ever if you just catch a piece to stay alive. And it was working till you finally get a locations mistake to try and do something with.
Well, this is a tough pitcher for Ishikawa. He's a low ball hitter, and Gutierrez is going to throw some high gas.
I mean, that's exactly where he's trying to put that slider.
And that's the one he's been swinging over top of.
That's exactly right. I mean, they know that in the scout report. They're trying to take advantage of that pitch because he hasn't been able to do this. Stop.
And that's the one we're talking about.
Just a good hard breaking ball. You aim at his back foot. I mean, that's what you say in your mind. You start it off down and in and let it fall off the plate. Ishikawa cannot hold up.
Well, he was able to take the one. Renteria is going to get a free pass. Giants through 5 2/3 have struck out 8 times today. And Renteria puts the bat down, the shin guard, and you move on down to first. And now Randy Johnson's going to hit. It's been unfortunate. The Giants have had base runners on, and in the 4th inning, Johnson hit with the bases loaded after Renteria smoked the ball up the middle that Molina couldn't score from when he was at second. So here again in the 6th, after Ishikawa can't get the job done, Johnson's going to be in a spot where he can help himself. Strike, and it's 0-1. Johnson just gave Wally Bell the "I want that same pitch too" look.
That's exactly what that look said.
Oh, 2.
Well, now he's at least done him a favor and shown him his breaking ball. Likely to see another one right here.
And that ends the inning. Giants waste a triple by Sandoval. 7th inning coming up. 1-0 Giants.
Tuesday night because it's Filipino Heritage Night, and this is a limited edition. I'm my lovely assistant Erica holding the limited edition SF Pacquiao t-shirt. These guys behind me already saw it and they want it, and you can have it too. It's $25 and you can wear it on Tuesday night. People are at the phones right now. Call 1-800-442-6873 to get the Pacquiao Pac-Man t-shirt, guys.
All right.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
It's a good t-shirt.
It is. I checked it out.
Randy Johnson and the Giants with a 1-0 lead. Top of the order for the Diamondbacks. Ojeda, then Burns, then Lopez. Johnson has thrown 65 pitches. And the Diamondbacks have had 2 base runners. Tony Clark drew a walk. Ryan Roberts drew a walk.
65 pitches for Randy Johnson through 6.
Base hit, left field. So the tying run is going to be at second base. Is Ojeda with a leadoff double. Like he was waiting on a first pitch slider.
Well, a nice round of applause for Randy Johnson. Just the respect that these fans have for this guy is just beyond measurement. A get it in first pitch slider, and Augie Ojeda, to his credit, went up there probably looking for it, like Kipe said, got it, put a good swing on it, broke up the no hitter, put himself in scoring position. All in all, it was a heck of a bat.
Giants are expecting Burns to lay down a bunt, and he bunts it hard to Sandoval, and Sandoval will throw to Burris, and down to make that over to third is Ojeda. Well, Johnson has struck out only one Diamondback twice in this game, and it's Felipe Lopez, and he's at the plate. And now Bruce Bochy will pull the infield in, all the way in, not halfway, all the way in.
100% strikeout situation for the big fella.
On the ground to Renteria. The freeze, the throw. 2 down.
But he'll take the ground ball right out of his shortstop. And a tip for all you kids. Ground ball, you can freeze that runner at third. All you have to do is give him a look. And you want to see a big league look? I mean, he sells it with the feet. Once he has him stopped, now he goes on and completes the play. So Randy Johnson doing a nice job to get a ground ball. It finds Renteria. And now their defense can relax back with 2 outs.
Tony Clark is bounced out and he's walked. The defense obviously now playing back with 2 down and straight away in the outfield. Clark takes way outside. 1 ball and no strike.
Yeah, the big unit's humping up. That thing was a live fastball, and he almost threw it by Benji Molina. And for a guy like Randy Johnson, who for the most part, you put your glove up there, he's going to throw that ball between your knees. Molina was sitting in. That thing went across the plate away, and he just did snag it to save the wild pitch.
Too low, 2-0.
You can always tell a great pitcher what he does with 2 strikes on the hitter, what he does with 2 outs in an inning. And you're looking at the best stuff that we've seen him throw today. He's reaching back big time right now to try and close this thing out.
7th inning. And a strike. 2-0 strike to Tony Clark. We're now starting to see the Giants bullpen move around. Two balls and 1 strike. Bouncing ball, foul. 2-2. Johnson now taking his time as he stands off the mound. He rubs up the baseball. He adjusts the cap. This crowd appreciates it.
Well, you could definitely fuel a pitcher's gas tank with this type of an ovation going into a strike that could close out an inning. He's feeling it.
Got him! Strikeout number 7 with the tying run at third. Insurance time for Randy Johnson. Top of the order, 1-0. Giants.
He's amazing.
By Comcast HD, with more HD than any one period. And by Fry's. Your best buys are always at Fry's Guaranteed.
Here's our McDonald's game summary. It's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. Scherzer was outstanding. He walked 4. Ojeda broke up Randy Johnson's no-hitter in the 7th. Johnson, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Travis Ishikawa has the only RBI in this game, a sacrifice fly, and he did that in the 4th inning, and that's our McDonald's game summary.
Now this is the strikeout that ended it for the D-backs in the 7th inning. Just an explosive slider. And we talked about the reach back stuff that he showed to get that strikeout. It was the best stuff we've seen him have all day long. And when you're a great pitcher like this guy has been, a Hall of Fame pitcher, killer instinct to get that last strike, to get that last out, that becomes your reputation. And he's got a brilliant reputation at being able to close it out.
Well, it would do the Giants and Randy Johnson some good if they could pick up an insurance run or two. Fred Lewis drew a walk in the 5th, a leadoff walk. This will be the first time he's going to face Juan Gutierrez. And a breaking ball for a strike.
But how about Randy Johnson? I mean, the last outing he had over in Los Angeles didn't have his great stuff. But he comes into this game today following 2 brilliant performances from Jonathan Sanchez and Tim Lincecum. And basically throw out a challenge to the old man. And the big unit stood tall, and I mean, through 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed, you couldn't do a whole lot better. He looked fantastic.
Here's the 0-2 to Lewis. 0-3. Lewis strikes out for the 3rd time, and that'll bring up Emmanuel Burris. By the way, Gutierrez has recorded 4 outs in this game, and they've all been by way of the strikeout. Burris is 0 for 3. 3 ground balls. And the first pitch to Burris is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Dodgers have upped their lead to 10-0 over Colorado. That game is in the 5th. Burris swings and misses. How'd the Yankees do after the game yesterday?
They won 7-3 over the Indians.
The 1-1 delivery to Burris. 14-run inning. Indians had 13 hits in 1 inning.
That's unbelievable.
Travis Hafner was 2 hitters away from hitting 3 times in 1 inning. Burris drives one to right. Upton's going back. He's under control and he makes the catch. 2 outs.
Well, speaking of big games, how about game 2, the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Sharks and the Ducks? Well, it's tonight. Sharks come into this game 0-1, having lost game 1 at home. Tonight at 6:30. Check out the pregame. The puck drops at 7. You can see it right here at Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. And we wish the Sharks all the luck in the world.
Sportsnet Central will be at 6. Randy Wynn walked in the 4th. He eventually scored the only run in this game. And he fouls this one into the upper deck. Wynn trying to reach for Benji Molina. Low and away. Gutierrez following Scherzer. Both pitchers throw hard. One ball and 1 strike. Here it comes to Wynn. And Wynn cannot hold up. 1-2. Well, you see all the boats out on the water and you think, if you can't be in the ballpark, that's the next best place to be.
That's right. Ballpark or the boat.
Wynn strikes out to end the inning. In 2 innings, Gutierrez strikes out 5. That's right, 5. 1-0 Giants.
Giants baseball on demand. You go to Comcast Channel 1 and select Sports and Fitness, and then Comcast Sportsnet. It is the greatest way to check out a gym such as today. You can reboot the brilliance of Randy Johnson, and you can do it all on Comcast on demand. Go to Channel 1 on ComcastSportsnet.com.
Bobby Howry is the new pitcher. Good-looking game. 1-0 Giants. Howry facing Chris Young. Low and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
All right, let's check it out. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't think Tarzan has to worry.
Too much skin on that rope. Ooh, 1-0 to Chris Young. Popped him up. It's going to be Edgar Renteria. 1 out here in the 8th.
The numbers for Bobby Howry, the 5th game that he's been in. He's allowed 7 hits in 3 2/3. And he's still searching for that comfort zone that veterans try to find when they come over to a new club.
Had the one bad inning in L.A. where in 1 inning he allowed 5 hits and a couple of runs. Here's Upton.
Howry will give a fastball, depending on the grip, anywhere from 89 to 94. Good hard slider and a split. And a reputation of a strike thrower.
Swing and a miss. One and one to Upton. 1 and 2 to Upton.
When you can't throw a tighter slider than that. I mean, that is perfectly placed in the strike zone or just below the strike zone. I mean, you're thinking fastball, and then all of a sudden at the last second, just a quick little biter break that gets 2 swing throughs. That's the best slider he's had.
Very high as that one got away from Howry. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chad Tracy's on deck. He would be hitting for the pitcher. Foul back. Was thinking where Benji Molina was setting up, it was going to be that tight slider again, but it wasn't. It was the fastball.
Yeah, I think you'll see it here. Ballpark right now is playing very small. The wind is almost non-existent. It's when you get carried to right field. We don't see it very often, but today it'll go to right.
3 and 2. Payoff pitch coming up to Upton. Here it is. He got him.
Fastball outside corner, just threw it right through him. They set up, and this is what a strike thrower can do. I mean, you could gamble in 3-2 counts, set your target on a corner, and he'll hit you right between the knees, and this is right to the glove. And a swing through see ya, and another big out. 8th Diamondback to strike out today. Randy Johnson had 7 strikeouts through 7 innings. Just spectacular pitching today from the classy veteran.
Here's Tracy. Below the knees, 1 ball and no strikes. Chad Tracy played first base in the game yesterday, went 0 for 3. Pops it up. It's a good tough play for Sandoval, and he'll make it. Nice inning for Howry, and Benji Molina will lead things on. Tuesday night, pregame live, and then first pitch. We're going to be here. John Roush is the new pitcher, 1-0 Giants. Roush to face Benji Molina. And Molina, he ropes one past the diving Ojeda. And Benji Molina with his second hit of the game.
Told you about John Roush, who at 6'11", the tallest pitcher to ever pitch in the big leagues. And here's what he has done so far this year. And that's a little deceiving. I guess one of the outings really ballooned up his ERA. When he's right, he can give you a number of different looks. Fastball that'll go, low 90s, curveball, slider, changeup. Likes to cut the fastball. So he can give you some different looks.
Here's Rowan, who takes a fastball for a strike. Pablo Sandoval on deck. And a base hit to left field for Aaron Rowan. Molina will move over to second. With Benji Molina at first, it's always going to be one base at a time unless you can get one either down the lines or in the alley. But a nice day for Aaron Rowan. 2 walks and a single. Bob Melvin's coming out, representing California Bears. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Roush departs, and we'll be back. And Scott Schoenweiss is going to do the honors against Pablo Sandoval.
The numbers for Schoenweiss, 7th time he's been in a game. Fastball, slurve, changeup pitcher. One thing about Schoenweiss, though, I mean, I don't see many lefties who can get the ground ball like he can. He does a good job of it, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's in this situation.
Sandoval tripled in the 6th inning. He had a broken bat bloop single in the 1st. And in between the 2 hits, Scherzer struck him out in the 4th. Swinging a foul back, and Sandoval had a pretty good rip.
Yes, he did. He had both legs into that one. Getting a good pitch to hit. It all starts with pitch selection, and that is exactly the type of location you want to get a good rip at.
Down the left field line, a base hit. And Tim Flannery is going to hold up Benji Molina.
Now it's all about risk reward. Remember, you have no speed with Molina.
And maybe with 1 out, you send him.
But not with no outs. So back-to-back base hits here. He takes a slurve and spanks it rather loudly to Eric Burns in left. And watch how Tim Flannery handles the responsibility of his lead runner. Oh, slow down, big dog.
And Bob Melvin out again when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. And Rich Aurelia is going to face the right-hander, and that's Tony Pena.
This guy is nasty, nasty, nasty. You're looking at mid to high 90s fastballs with a disappearance slider and a changeup that is a swing and miss type changeup. A lot of people think this guy could be a closer, and he's got closer stuff, no question.
Aurelia's faced him 7 times. He's 2 for 7. Pena's struck him out a couple of times. Molina, Rowand, and Sandoval on the bases. Aurelia at the plate. And a swing and a miss, 0-1.
Right out of bed, he opens it up with that hard slider we're talking about.
It's Molina and Rowand. and Sandoval. And Aurelia looks at this one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wilson, a spectator, and watching from the top of that mound. Two and one with a high fastball.
2 really good looks there from Aurelia. I mean, after the swing through on the first pitch, he got the same nasty slider. He laid off it to even the count, and here they go upstairs with a fastball at 96. And the reason it's such a tough pitch to take is because of the velocity. You've got to start early to catch up to this type of heat that he's featuring. Not an easy take, even that high.
Aurelia shoots it back 2-2.
No question what Pena's pitching for here. I mean, this is a strikeout situation. Bob Melvin going with his best strikeout arm in his pen.
See Aurelia's numbers against the D-backs. Very good. The 2-2 on the ground is short. And this is going to be a double play. And the Giants pick up a run. So basically what Bob Melvin does is he stays out of the big inning. The Giants do have another out. I understand that, but they opt to give up the run for 2 outs.
Well, that's a play that is the decision of the middle infielder based on how hard the ball is hit. Partner, I'm a little surprised with Molina's lack of speed at third base why they didn't come home.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Renteria takes a strike. And really, you're trying to just get 1 out at that point. And you'd love to get the double play, but you got to force play at home. Nate Scherholtz would hit if Renteria reaches.
Metters joining Brian Wilson.
On the ground. Ojeda. Inning over. Giants pick up a run. We'll go to the 9th. It's 2-0 San Francisco. Wilson is now in the game. This is the third game in a row that Wilson has been in. And Snyder takes a pitch high, 1-0. Benji Molina wanted to know where it was. Reynolds on deck. There's a strike. 1-1 strike. Richeria, after the pinch hit appearance, he is at first base. So Wilson and Aurelia are the only changes for the Giants. And the 1-1 offering to Snyder, and Snyder pops it up, and I believe it's going to be out of play, and it is. Last year, late in the season, Snyder hit a 2-run home run off of Brian Wilson, and this tied the game. It was in the ninth. Giants end up winning it in the bottom half of that inning. 1-2 to Snyder. And the slider, did he go around? No. 2-2.
Close. All right, did he go? He did not. I thought the location of the pitch was a coin toss. It could have been called a strike. Nevertheless, a quality 1-2 pitch. And it sets up the fastball. In.
Got him.
See ya. Grab some time. You talk about thread the needle, and at 97 miles per hour, you can paint the corners like that. You're a bad animal. Nice pitch. Trying to nail it down for Randy Johnson, who was spectacular today.
Here's Reynolds. Reynolds takes a strike.
D-backs in a take one strike situation.
Just inside, and that evens the count.
He's got a good arm slot today. He is just throwing 97-mile-an-hour darts.
The 1-1 coming up to Mark Reynolds. Swing and a foul. 1-2. See where Molina sets up. It's going to be in. And this has popped up. Right center field. Randy Wynn calling and catching, 2 outs. Pretty good location.
Well, that's the thing that makes Wilson special, is that he has the type of velocity and movement that sets him apart. But the fact that he can harness it to the corners, I mean, that is unique.
Here's Augie Ojeda, who has the only hit in the game for the Diamondbacks. That was a leadoff double in the 7th. Randy Johnson had a no-hitter through 6. At the knees, 0-1. Fouled out of play, nothing in 2. And now they are standing 35,350, trying to root on Brian Wilson with 2 strikes here in the bottom of the ninth. Outside, 1-2.
One thing that Brian Wilson has learned to do, and that's take his time. Put the pressure on the hitter. In no hurry. Sometimes you want to turn to the last page and find out how that book's going to read. A little bit high here with the slider. But you learn, the more deliberate, the more in control of the tempo you are in this ninth inning, the more pressure it puts on the guy in the batter's box, not the guy on the mound.
Slowly hit. Aurelia will grab it, but it's foul.
Inches foul. 1 strike away.
This was the hit that we were talking about.
Just the first pitch, get it in slider. And Ojeda, who's got a tight little strike zone, covers it well, got the pitch up, put a good swing on it. That is the only hit of the day.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Foul bat. So good battle. Mike was saying, Ojeda and Wilson. They're still standing, 2-2. Up the middle, Renteria. Tricky hop, stays with it, and that is the ball game. For Randy Johnson, career win number 296. And what a job from the Giants, the bullpen, a 2-0 win for